All right, traders, George here, and time for a look at the week ahead. I'm only going to cover two trading instruments in this video, but there's a lot to look at for this coming week, and I'm going to have to cover more of it in the live room starting on Tuesday. But for right now, so for Apple, this is a screenshot from a video that I did about a month ago. There's a lot of trading commitment for Apple in the mid to upper 90s and expecting that bull trend to continue. I had a forecasted price point of 104 to 106 to be a key upside target, one to expect a resistance swing if we get there, and to look for support on any pullbacks. So since I did that video, here's what's happened with Apple. Here we are on the exact same chart. We've moved up exactly to that 104, 106 level, and we put in a real strong resonance there. Key resistance swing came in. We have not made a higher high since doing that. And the point of this visual here is to show you that there's a lot of trading commitment here, right about where it is now at about 102s, again at about 99, and then at about 95s. All in all, this is a very heavily traded zone, and the bigger picture scenario would be bull strength above, and then below 93s, the chance for the bears to take a little bit more out of this thing, and that has not yet come to be. So what I'm looking for this week is if we pull back, where might we find support? So I'm expecting to see support come in at about 97s, and if we move lower a little bit more here at 95s, and all in all to keep price north of this floor here at about 93s. 78 is a key target below if we start trading below the round number of 90, and then any moves back above this area here past 106 opens up the door to new all-time highs, and the 115 to 117 price point is one from that earlier video that I still have as an upside target. It still is relevant, and I will expect price to do something similar to this when it gets there. But for the time being, I want to see the bulls come in and show some support and some strength on any pullbacks here, and gauge where the bears might take this thing over and start trading below 93s and 90s as a point of more weakness there. So that's what I'm looking for in Apple. The next thing I want to show you is the euro. Going back to beginning of September, a real good follow through from the main secondary call here, which was to break below this zone and move further south. That happened in a very clean fashion, moving down to some key lower targets and then looking for follow through to the downside. I showed you guys this chart. This is from the video on the 11th, on 9/11. 12,950 was yet another extended target, and you can see at all these zones price resonated to a degree. We stalled out at the top line here, 31.35s. 29.50 sort of slowed down the acceleration of this huge power candle. We came in and put in a bounce here at this orange line. Here's where that all comes to be on a current chart. So here's the same chart, and you can see price has driven down sub the 12,950 level. It's retested this orange line that I dropped in from the last video. We're finding a little bit of structure support there, but we're making new structure lows at the same time, just trying to hang on to that mid 12,800 level. Expect a bounce in this zone, absolutely. It's a great spot to take something off the table, and it's a very aggressive spot to go long. The reason why is there's not a lot of trading commitment below where price is. This really tapers to a crescendo here at about 12,950. Turns out where this downside target was is now a key overhead resistance point. So I'm not going to show you any little long setups down here, but just know that being long down here is aggressive because you're moving into this overhead resistance, and there's no solid trading commitment below where price is right now. It doesn't mean it can't spike up 300 pips in an afternoon, but very aggressive. Where the bulls will start to get a little bit of strength is if they trade over this 12,950 handle here. So in a very conservative way, looking to see if the euro can really gain strength to start trading over really the round number of 1,300. That's where you've really cleared out of this spike here. You've opened up a nice air pocket, and in any of these types of scenarios, you have to expect the floor of the next zone to be overhead resistance. So only about 100 pips higher until that occurs, and then another nod to this spike right here. But this is something I'm watching here after calling these nice downside targets here. It's a good time to take something off the table here, get stops way down if you happen to still be short here. And if it's going to bounce, it really won't have much strength until it's trading and closing above 1300. So that's one of the key things that I want to see in development in the maybe this week. Okay. A lot of other things to consider. Oil, one of them. Gold, another one. The NASDAQ, another one. The S&P futures. All that's going to be happening in the live room. Don't have time to do a video on that tonight, but we'll get at that first thing Tuesday morning. All right, we'll see you back in the live room.